And I follow parents.com. And so I saw this on there this morning and I was like, this is great. And I know somebody that I can reach out to.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just ask you a question and mute myself so that I just get you on camera. Um, so I'm just gonna ask you, I guess flat out, just about the debate in general. And what do you hear from parents?
The debate around graphic novels is something that we hear all the time at the store. There's some parents in one camp that are graphic novels aren't real books, and then there are other parents in the other camp that say read whatever you want. And we're firmly in the graphic novels are real books. Kids are reading them; they're excited to read them. Parents will say, they can finish it in 45 minutes. I don't want to spend the money on a graphic novel, but graphic novels are read over and over and over and over again. And so kids are getting a lot from them.
I saw in one study that, much to maybe some people's belief, there are actually a lot of new words that are introduced in graphic novels. And I don't know why that is the case specifically with graphic novels over YA or adult novels.
So you can use bigger words or words that might be a little bit above grade level in a graphic novel because you have visual clues. Like they're going to be able to figure it out and extrapolate the meaning on the word by all the visual and all the graphics that are there. So it's sort of twofold. So a kid has to visually recognize what is happening on the page and then connect that to the words. So there's a lot more that's happening in their little brains than just reading the words.
And do you find, I mean, I guess I should ask too, for parents who don't know or have never heard graphic novel before, what does a graphic novel refer to?
It is a book that's novel length. So these are not comic book length. These are usually over 100 pages. They have chapters in them and it's all panels. So it's panels of different graphics of illustrations with the word bubbles and then sometimes with some text for setting and that sort of thing as well in the bottom of those graphic panels.
And for parents who maybe just seeing that their kids are interested in this, I mean, I'm coming from a place of I'm just happy that she's interested in reading because reading, whether in any form, I know that my reading has evolved over the course of my lifetime, and as long as they're reading something, is that not happening as well?
Yeah. So, yeah, we also believe at our store that reading is reading is reading. So, whatever they pick up and they love, that's amazing because you have a joy of reading when you pick out the book, when it's not something forced upon you, not something you don't want to read, but you have to read. That love comes from picking your own book.
Can you offer some advice for parents, like, you know, and I don't know if you do this or not, but if for parents out there who may be listening to this, um, I mean, I would think if you're strongly a strong believer that a graphic novel can't be the only choice out there that you're reading, is there like a twofold, like I'll buy you a graphic novel, but you also have to get something without picture? I don't know what is the solution there?
I think the thing that parents need to be reassured of is that they're not going to read graphic novels forever. This is a phase of life that I see predominantly from our early readers from around 7 through about 5th grade, a little bit into 6th grade. And then most of those readers just naturally are going to go to a novel because that's what they're developmentally ready for. And they're going to love those novels and they're going to transition away from the graphic novels. This is just a small period of time. And so just let them love to read and let them pick whatever they want would be my first thing. And then if you're concerned about it, you certainly could pick maybe a hybrid model, which is some illustrations and then some text.
Am I wrong in this, or have I just been out of the game with graphic novels? Have these expanded? I mean, I feel like Diary of a Wimpy Kid is considered a graphic novel, correct? And then
Yes.
The Last Kids on Earth, is that the right one? And
Yep. I
Dog
would,
Man, like
yes.
they're all those graphic novels, right?
Yeah. So I would put Dog Man squarely in your graphic novel. And then like Last Kids on Earth is a little bit of a hybrid. And so graphic novels, though, have just exploded over the last 5 years. Kids are loving them so much. They're one of our number one sellers in the store. It's what kids are gravitating to. It's just developmentally appropriate. that they are going from picture books, and then they learn to read, and then the graphic novel looks and feels like a longer picture book. So it just makes perfect sense to me, that that's what they're gravitating towards. And especially right now, because the illustrations are so good, the messages and the stories are amazing. And I just think graphic novels are just knocking it out of the park.
Well, let me stop the recording. But what I really love too is that um, when we talk, like for me, reading is escapism, and I think that kids
Yes.
really love that. They love the visual, and they like using their imagination, but maybe not in the same way that they used to when they're playing Barbies and that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
to me, like that is escapism. That's their thing. It's using their imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also say to parents, you don't always read an award winner, do you? Like, we have beach reads for a reason. We have book club reads for a reason. You might love psychological thrillers and you love that genre, and that's what you get to pick. And the same is true for your kids. If you want them to have that love of reading, let them pick. Because sometimes at school, they're reading all the hard things, and at home, they want to read candy, is what I say. And we have that in our lives as well, where we want a romance for a beach read, and then other times I want a harder book for other things. So yeah, that's where I sort of stand there.
It's like snacking. I love that
Yes,
idea. It's like
yes,
snacking. Yeah, and
yes.
and and maybe for adults, that's even like our phones. Like our phones are like the snack reads. Like if we want to read a little blurb on something or dig into something. I love that.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Adrienne.
you're welcome.
Okay, I'll send you the link when it's posted on Tuesday, and I really appreciate your time for this today.
Yeah, of course, of
Okay.
course.
All
All
right.
right,
Talk
take
to you
care.
later. Have a good
Bye.
weekend.